good evening, everyone, and welcome to the F.A.N Show. This is live and on location from Flamin' Joe's in the Valley, and we are ready for Thursday night football countdown to the big divisional matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. Big must-win game for both squads. Chiefs, most importantly, to try to keep pace up against the division, as well as the Raiders here. You know, it's been tough sledding. Started off 2-0, lost their last 4 in a row, but they're looking to change that tonight in Oakland, down in the Coliseum. Now, as far as this game goes, a lot of people probably think Chiefs are going to take it because they are 5-1, just lost their first one, but sometimes that makes a team most vulnerable when it comes into a big game like this, especially on a short week. So, I welcome all of you listening in. It's going to be a fun time here at Flamin' Joe's as we count down till kickoff. I'll have a few of the Raiders strong here in the Northwest joining me on the show, and we're going to break down the game for you. You will see Marshawn Lynch tonight. He has returned to his home in Oakland. It's been the story of the year, but he hasn't played like Marshawn Lynch. But hopefully, after seeing how well Adrian Peterson did last week in Arizona, he can start to mimic that and maybe pick up a little slack. But Thursday Night Football, it is live on CBS, and I think it's one of the Amazon games that you can stream. But either way, they were record 2-4. They need to win this game to keep pace in the division. If you look at the standings right now for the AFC East, clearly the Chiefs have a good chokehold on the division with 5-1. But then you have the Broncos at 3-2, the Chargers at 2-4, and then the Raiders at 2-4. Chargers above the Raiders right now because of that recent win that they had just this last week by 1 point. So we're going to have a few of the Raiders fans come on here in a little bit, and we're going to talk some Raider football. And then we're going to have kickoff. You guys can enjoy the evening. But if you're in the Spokane area, Flamin' Joe's on East Sprague in the Valley is where you can find us. And they've got specials, appetizers, drinks, all that you need for your football experience. Let's see here. Okay. So for those of you in the Spokane area, go ahead and get down here to Flamin' Joe's now. There's plenty of seats available, but it is filling up. So we want to see you down here on East Sprague. But we're going to go ahead and get one of our first guests on, and we're going to talk about this Oakland Raiders and Kansas City Chiefs game. So we'll be right back after this with more of the F.A.N Show.
This is The Sheet.
Gets me all revved up. My face is now red. My ears are just freaking boiling.
He's so raw that Sky hates him.
Yeah, he had 51 touchdowns. 4,900 total yards.
I know y'all like that, but I got to run. And only in Alabama that could happen, I have to say.
They're so good, man. They would win the Big Ten if they were in the Big Ten. You could be doing something vision-based in front of you and reach down and grab a handful of insane goodness.
Give it to him. Kudos. I'm clapping like a golfer. Very good, Johnny. I'm proud of you.
Wow. You guys agree on something again? I'm very impressed. Have you ever had a bad week? You know, just you walk outside, step in a puddle, like right when you walk outside. I mean, how's there a puddle right outside the house? Or you stand on the curb and somebody drives by and splashes water up on you? Or it's just raining on you, not anyone else?
I will tell you, before you go any further, I cannot hear Chad when he speaks. Good.
Here, listen to the sheet, man. I don't really know what we're doing.
Every Saturday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. right here on WBLZ Sports.
Whether it be your industrial, commercial, or residential needs, Gen Service is the electrical contractor for you. The Gen Service team has the expertise, commitment, and educational years to help you solve all your electrical concerns. They have you in their best interest with helpful suggestions to accommodate your every want. Give them a call, no matter the size of the job, at 740-438-7173. Mention WBLZ Sports, and you'll get a discount. That's Gen Service, 740-438-7173.
This is Nick Ciccarelli, the mad scientist of sports. Join me and Dr. D, Derek Jones, live every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific, for the Mad Scientist Sports Lab. The big intellect, the experiments on the chalkboard, and the guest subjects will be rolling in. Mad Scientist Sports Lab, only on WBLZ Sports, where we got balls.
Doug Peffer painting and pressure washing. He has over 30 years of painting experience. He's interior, exterior, commercial or residential. Doug Peffer covers it all. Is your house looking ugh? Well, call on Doug. Doug Peffer Painting and Pressure Washing, 404-966-3361. Mention WBLZ Sports and get a special We've Got Balls discount. That's Doug Peffer Painting and Pressure Washing, 404-966-3361.
Check out Thursday Night Tailgate, where NFL legends live on. We bring you 5 NFL legends every week, sharing their stories and insights, plus our spotlight on the positive. Hear which players are doing great things in their communities. Now on WBLZ Sports Talk Radio and WBLZSports.com.
I am back, and with me is Dylan from the Spokane chapter of the Raider Nation fan club. Dylan, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Excellent. Well, it is Thursday night football, and this is sort of one of those games that you guys kind of, need to win. 2-4, lost your last 4, but Chiefs are coming off of their first loss of the season, and it's a short week. Got to make you feel a little optimistic about the outcome of tonight.
Just based off the talent I know we carry on our team, I'm always optimistic. We've been struggling, but I know the talent on this team, and I know we have the talent to go out there and win the game. But it's definitely a little nervous knowing that it's a must-win, and the Chiefs have been tough all year. So.
Yeah, and you see Adrian Peterson come back from an injury, get released by the Vikings, go to New Orleans. He didn't start out that great, and then he kind of has like a third life with the Arizona Cardinals, and you guys got Marshawn Lynch, beast mode, the homeboy, homegrown in Oakland, and he hasn't really played like you would have thought that a guy coming back from a year off, playing in his hometown would. Do you expect him to have a bigger role tonight just to kind of take that pressure off the Carr?
I sure hope he has a bigger role. He's when he's gotten his carries, he's gotten off some big runs. He had a 15-yarder last week and just continue to rattle off longer runs. I just think the key is to get him up around 20 carries. The 2 games where he's had the most carries for us is when he's put up his best numbers. So, and it seemed like Le'Veon Bell had quite a lot of success against Kansas City, so it'll be really cool to see him get about 20 carries and see if he can get it rolling.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's kind of split on tonight's outcome, which is weird because normally a team that's only had one loss, and that one loss being their last game, and then you guys coming off of 4 straight losses, you'd think that people would pretty much side with the team that has the better record, but it's all about the hot hand in the NFL. What do you want to see out of the Raiders tonight as far as offense, defense, a player, anything really specific to get you guys this W?
I think Marshawn Lynch is the key. Like I said, Le'Veon Bell had a really good game against Kansas City last week, so I really think getting Marshawn going and then getting a couple big ones out of Richard and Washington, it would be a big deal. I think if we want to win this game, we got to get probably 150 yards rushing out of the offense. As far as the defense, it's always about generating a pass rush. So, get Khalil Mack and maybe getting Bruce Irvin and going, and hopefully Navarro Bowman's good to go, and he comes out and puts on a good debut for the Raiders.
Now, normally the Chiefs are a very conservative offense. They do a lot of running, and this year no different because they've had the likes of Kareem Hunt in the backfield. But Alex Smith, you can almost say that you've left too much time on the clock for Alex Smith, and who would have thought you'd hear that phrase? But you guys can obviously, with the front that you have, you can contain Kareem Hunt, but then are you worried about Alex Smith against your secondary?
It's not so much Alex Smith as it is Tyreek Hill. I think as long as we contain Tyreek Hill and make Alex Smith stick to the tight end, then we'll be safe. We know that we have problems against the tight end, but if he's the only one getting going, I think that we'll be all right. I don't think he's going to go for 250 yards with his tight end.
You see this as a low-scoring game, like 17-10 or 20-17, something like that?
Something like that, but, we've seen this year's been kind of weird. Usually, usually you could be able to tell what kind of game it's going to be, but then you have teams like the Browns and whoever they're playing a lot of times come out this year, and we've seen 30-27, 35. A lot of teams you don't expect to put up a bunch of points do. So I would guess if I'm looking at it, probably a 20-14, 17-14, something like that. That's traditionally been how it's been the last 2 years, too, with the Raiders and the Chiefs. So it's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, this is one of the best rivalries in football. I mean, even when the records are as opposite as they are on a night like tonight, it's still something that you can expect to see a lot of action on from both sides of the ball. Now, you're a Raider fan in Spokane. I know you guys I've had Raider Tony on the show. Are you from Oakland, or were you born and raised a Raider fan? How did that come about?
I'm born and raised in Spokane. Since I was about 6, I was been a Raider fan. My brother started as a Raider fan, and I kind of just followed suit like a little brother does. And then eventually I grew to, just watch the team every week. And I remember the tuck rule vividly. So like by then I have kind of a story about the tuck rule. I was at Black Angus with my grandparents during that game, and I was like 8 years old, standing up on my booth, yelling at the TV, embarrassing my grandparents. So I've been invested emotionally in this team for a lot of years.
Yeah, and there is quite an emotional investment when it comes to this kind of fandom. But once again, we are live from Flamin' Joe's Raiders Chiefs pregame. I'm sitting with Dylan. He's one of the members of Raider Nation here in Spokane. You mentioned your brother was a big Raiders fan, though, and usually there's like a sibling rivalry. So wasn't there a moment where you're like, I got 3 other teams in this division I can cheer for to really stick it to my brother? Did that ever cross your mind?
Well, back then the rivalry was the Raiders and the Seahawks, and I grew up.
Oh, that's right.
And I grew up with my grandparents, so they had me liking the Seahawks. But eventually, when you start watching the game and you get your own opinion involved, start watching, and it's just like a lot of other people say, it's the mystique of the Raiders. It's untouchable by any other team.
How often do you say you come across a Seahawks fan living in the Pacific Northwest that does not remember that they were in the same division as the Raiders?
As long as they're older than 20, then you know. And there's a lot of I work in customer service, so I see a lot of people. So I see a lot of Seahawk fans, and there's a lot of trash talk back and forth across the counter. So the majority of them know.
Yeah, up until about 2012, there was a lot of different fans that I remember interacting with. Steelers were a big one up here. Raiders, it seems like, are kind of big everywhere. And then you had Packers. I remember Chargers. You get a lot of people from California. Now, I'm a Niners fan myself, and so obviously I know. But I don't have a problem with you guys. I think that's like a homegrown Cali kind of thing, because I've never had a problem with the Raiders. I have a problem with the Seahawks, but I've never had a problem with the Raiders before. So, I think we can kind of move beyond that, especially now that one is out of the Bay and the other is soon to be out of the Bay.
Yeah. No, I get it. I don't know. I said ooh because I know you're having a rough year. I did pick you over the Cowboys this week, though.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you guys are a couple field goals away from being 4-1.
Okay, so even though this team is 2-4, you started out 2-0. Everything was clicking on both sides of the ball. Carr got hurt. Is this a team, though, that is still, if you guys win or lose tonight, is this still a team that you believe could be playoff bound, playoff ready?
Either way, I think we're a talented team. I think we're a lot better than our record shows. Maybe we haven't played like it, but anybody who watched us last year knows that there's talent on this team to do amazing things. Last year, we just got the better of those close ones. We've had a couple close ones the last couple weeks, and we just didn't get the better of those. That's why you can't leave it down to the final moments. You got to go and you got to play 4 full quarters, and we haven't done that. I'd probably put that more on the coaching than the players, and I don't believe the offensive line's been doing their job as well as they had last year. So it's just all about getting it together.
Do you like Black Jack Del Rio? Do you think he's a good guy?
I love Jack Del Rio, and
you go.
And I think he's a good coach. My problem lies more with Ken Norton Jr.
Oh, man. Now, see, that one hurts me because he's a former Niner, and I know how good he was as a player, but not always does it translate from player to coach.
No,
so
I get it. It's usually the exact opposite. Usually if you're a great player, you don't end up being the best coach.
Yeah.
It's weird.
But, okay, so we got a Thursday night game. They're in their color rush, but it kind of seems like they've ditched that whole idea because the last looks like 4 games now. There's been one team in all color and the other in a white version of their jerseys. Are you a guy that cares about the gimmicks like that, color rush or whatever they have, throwback?
I think it's cool. The NFL has to promote how they have to promote. The ratings aren't doing quite as well lately for some reason. But no, I think the white jerseys are cool to silver. I would love to see an all black.
Yeah,
I think that'd be really cool. But it's hard to do that because you really can't touch the Raiders jerseys, their uniforms very much. Of all the teams in the league, there's a very few that have completely remained the same, and the Raiders haven't changed anything about their uniform since the 70s when they had the silver helmet or the silver logo.
And I will give this to you guys. I do think that the Raiders logo is something that's probably it's got to be top 3 in sports in my mind because, one, I'm a sucker for a logo that's a shield.
Yeah.
2, I'm also a sucker for a logo that combines the sport as well as what the team is. So you guys have a Buccaneer that's got like the leather football helmet on, but he's got a patch over one eye and the 2 swords. I think that's genius, and it works in black and white, it works in color. So you guys, I mean, there is so much history there with that. It doesn't matter where you guys go, LA, Oakland, Las Vegas, as long as the culture is what it is, I think you guys are going to be just fine.
Yeah, that's why it's the Raider Nation. We're not stuck to just one city, and no matter where we go, the fan base will follow. And maybe not everybody, but I guess those are the people that more live in Oakland and take it personal when they move. But, I mean, I feel like the team gave it all it could to stay, and I feel like it didn't get enough in return from the city, so you got to do what you got to do.
All right, well, like I said, we are live down here at Flamin' Joe's in the Valley on East Sprague before Thursday night football kickoff. I'm going to see if I can con Matt Keller into coming on and saying a few words here before the game starts. But, Dylan, it's been a pleasure.
Well,
thank you very much for being on the show. We'll look forward to having you on again soon.
Yeah, appreciate it.
This is The Sheet.
Gets me all revved up. My face is now red. My ears are just freaking boiling.
He's so raw that Sky hates him.
Yeah, he had 51 touchdowns, 4,900 total yards.
I know y'all like that, but I got to run. And only in Alabama that could happen, I have to say.
They're so good, man. They would win the Big Ten if they were in the Big Ten. You could be doing something vision-based in front of you and reach down and grab a handful of insane goodness.
Give it to him. Kudos. I'm clapping like a golfer. Very good, Johnny. I'm proud of you.
Wow. You guys agree on something again? I'm very impressed. You ever had a bad week? Just you walk outside, step in a puddle, like right when you walk outside. I mean, how's there a puddle right outside the house? Or you stand on the curb and somebody drives by and splashes water up on you? Or it's just raining on you, not anyone else?
I will tell you, before you go any further, I cannot hear Chad when he speaks. Good.
Here, listen to the sheet, man. I don't really know what we're doing.
Every Saturday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. right here on WBLZ Sports.
Whether it be your industrial, commercial, or residential needs, Gen Service is the electrical contractor for you. The Gen Service team has the expertise, commitment, and educational years to help you solve all your electrical concerns. They have you in their best interest with helpful suggestions to accommodate your every want. Give them a call, no matter the size of the job, at 740-438-7173. Mention WBLZ Sports, and you'll get a discount. That's Gen Service, 740-438-7173.
This is Nick Ciccarelli, the mad scientist of sports. Join me and Dr. D, Derek Jones, live every Saturday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific, for the Mad Scientist Sports Lab. The big intellects, the experiments on the chalkboard, and the guest subjects will be rolling in. Mad Scientist Sports Lab, only on WBLZ Sports, where we got balls.
Doug Peffer Painting and Pressure Washing. He has over 30 years of painting experience. He's interior, exterior, commercial, or residential. Doug Peffer covers it all. Is your house looking ugh? We'll call on Doug. Doug Peffer Painting and Pressure Washing. 404-966-3361. Mention WBLZ Sports and get a special We've Got Balls discount. That's Doug Peffer Painting and Pressure Washing. 404-966-3361.
Check out Thursday Night Tailgate, where NFL legends live on. We bring you 5 NFL legends every week, sharing their stories and insights, plus our spotlight on the positive. Hear which players are doing great things in their communities. Now on WBLZ Sports Talk Radio and WBLZSports.com.
All of a sudden, they can't block the car.
there, but I'm not. It is Matt Keller of Raider Nation up here in Spokane. Matt, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing this evening?
Doing pretty good, man. I'm personally excited for this game. I don't get real excited for Thursday night games, but I know that this is obviously a rivalry game, and it's huge for you. 2-5, what would that mean?
That would mean season over.
Really?
Yeah, especially losing 3 in the division, a third loss in the division this early in the season. Ouch. I mean, this is a must-win. Otherwise, it's over.
And they usually say that there's no such thing as a must-win until you're at that point where it's like if you lose one more, you're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. But, I mean, the Chiefs started out. We have kickoff now. They're 5-1. They just lost short week, so momentum may be on your side because you guys are looking to snap your 4-game losing streak. But you look around the rest of the AFC, even if you guys don't win the division, you don't think that you can get a wild card at 10-5?
Well, not playing like we are right now. I mean, you got to win the games. I mean, it's in between the stripes. You got to get touchdowns, not field goals. The O-line needs to start blocking for Carr. You know, like I was telling you earlier before we got on, I mean, what happened to car insurance? Did we not pay our bill? I mean, you're supposed to be up there blocking for this guy. You block for Carr, he will find the open guy. And we have the talent on the outside. And, you know, in addition to Cook, I mean, we should be playing at a much higher level. We're playing underneath ourselves right now.
So what has to show up for you tonight? Offense or defense? Defense is out on the field right now. What do you want to see from them?
I think more importantly, it's going to be the offensive line for us. We need to get rolling offensively. We need to put it on the ground and grind the Chiefs. If we grind the Chiefs and get a lead on them and just keep grinding, we're going to win. If we don't do that, we're going to just flat lose. Defensively speaking, I am looking forward to your man coming on over to the Raider Nation. He's going to get his first start after like 3 days in there.
He's found a good home, I'll say that.
You know, so we've been getting gashed up the middle on defense, so hopefully you can put a stop to that. We have Lee out, so we're really thin at linebacker.
Now, one thing that I got to say, obviously, with the Chiefs, it's always stopping the run game, but Alex Smith, in your mind, is he the real deal this season, or has this just been a fluke first 5 games for him?
I don't think Alex Smith has changed at all. I think he's a little bit better than a game manager. I really think so. I mean, he's been that way his whole career. Came in highly touted out of Utah. You know, your team picked him, you know, and whatnot, and he never quite got over the hump. I just don't see him being a top-tier quarterback in this league.
Well, he's going to have to play like one tonight. And with that, your prediction score tonight?
You want my heart or my real thoughts?
We can do both if you want.
45-0's my heart. 28-26 KC is my brain.
Ooh, all right, and that's going to do it for this live pregame show from Flamin' Joe's in the Valley on East Sprague. I thank Dylan and Matt Keller for being on the show tonight. Good luck to your Raiders, man. I appreciate you being on.
All right, thank you very much for having me on. Go Raider Nation. That